Hi viewers, this is Dr. Iftikhar Aslam from Pakistan. Today I'm going to present my lecture on anthrax. Anthrax is a serious zoonotic disease that can affect most mammals and several species of bird, but it is particularly important in herbivores. The word anthrax is derived from the Greek word meaning charcoal or carbuncle. Anthrax, the disease likely originated 6,000 to 7,000 years ago in Mesopotamia and Egypt, where the agricultural civilization was first recorded. The common names of anthrax include malignant pustule, malignant edema, wool sorters disease, rag pickers disease, melody charbon, and splenic fever. Well, in today's lecture, we'll cover the information regarding the organism that causes anthrax and its history. We'll also talk about the epidemiology of the disease, how it is transmitted, the species it affects, and clinical and necropsy signs observed. Finally, we will address the prevention and control measures for anthrax, including actions to take if the anthrax is suspected. Brucella antharsis is gram-positive rod that exists in two forms, the vegetative bacillus and the spore. Within an infected host, the spores germinate to produce the vegetative forms, which eventually kill the host. These bacilli are released by dying or dead animal into the environment, usually soil under the carcass. They sporulate, ready to be taken up by another animal. The Brucella antharsis is dependent on sporulation for species survival, making it an obligate pathogen. The anthrax can be found nearly worldwide and has roughly 1,200 various strains. When the conditions are not conducive to growth or multiplication of vegetative bacilli, the Bacillus antharsis tends to form spores. The sporulation requires a nutrient-poor environment and the presence of free oxygen. The spore form is predominant phase in the environment, can survive for decades in the soil, and it is through the uptake of spores that anthrax is contracted. The spores are not produced in the unopened carcass. It is estimated that 2,500 to 55,000 spores represent the lethal inhalation dose for the humans. In the animals, the transmission occurs by ingestion and possibly the inhalation of spores. Although the entry through the skin in lesions has not been ruled out, the herbivores usually become infected when they ingest sufficient numbers of spores in soil and on plants in the pastures. The outbreaks are often associated with heavy rainfall, flooding, or drought. The contaminated bone and other feed can also spread this disease. The cutaneous form of anthrax accounts for 95% of all cases globally. Incubation period is typically 2 to 3 days, but can be longer. The spores typically enter the skin via the abrasions or the other open wounds. A papule develops and progresses into the vesicles. The vesicles ruptures and becomes necrotic and enlarges, forming an ulcer covered by the characteristic black eschars in 7 to 10 days. If left untreated, it can lead to septicemia and death. The death can occur all through the asphyxiation from the edema if the lesion is around the head or neck. The incubation period for inhalational anthrax is 1 to 7 days. The initial phase of inhalational anthrax, the signs are non-specific. They may include mild fever, malaise, myalgia, non-productive cough, and some chest or abdominal pain. The second stage of the disease is characterized by rapidly deteriorating health within 24 to 36 hours. The case fatality rate is 75 to 95% if untreated. The antibiotics and medical care within the first 48 hours of the onset of the signs are indicated. Usually, all the mammals and some birds can contract anthrax. The clinical signs in animals differ by the species, with ruminants being the most at risk. The per-acute form most often affects the ruminants, including cattle, sheep, goats, and the acute form will affect the ruminants as well as the horses. The subacute or chronic form most often affects the swine, dogs, and cats. The incubation period varies from 1 to 20 days. In the herbivores, the infections become apparent after 3 to 7 days, while in pigs, it usually takes 1 to 2 weeks. The equines, such as horses, typically develop the acute disease. Common symptoms in this species include fever, chills, anorexia, depression, severe colic, and bloody diarrhea. The swellings may be seen in the neck, sternum, lower abdomen, and external genitalia. The affected animals usually die within 1 to 3 days, but some animals can survive up to a week. The anthrax infection is generally rare in dogs and cats, but can occur when they ingest contaminated carcasses or the animal byproducts. Necropsy of the affected carcasses is not advised. Due to poor clotting, a blood sample can be taken post-mortem from a superficial vessel, such as an ear vein or an anthrax syringe from any available vein. The organism is very sensitive to the penicillin and the tetracycline, and these are the antibiotics of choice if infection is detected early. The annual vaccination of livestock in endemic areas is recommended. The most widely used vaccine is Sterney strain vaccine. The immunity develops 7 to 10 days after the vaccination. The vaccine produced in the US is licensed for use in livestock only. The anthrax should always be high on a differential list when there is high mortality in a group of herbivores. Sudden death occurs with the unclotted blood smears from orifices and the localized edema occurs, especially of the neck in the pigs and dogs. The anthrax is a notifiable disease. If anthrax is suspected, the state veterinarian and local health officials should be contacted. Do not open the carcass to perform a necropsy due to the potential for contamination and exposure. Wear the protective clothing, such as a face mask or gloves. If it is necessary to work with the dead animal, be assured to convey any areas of the broken skin on yourself so that no infectious organisms come in contact with those areas. Well, that's it. We are going to end our today's lecture. Thank you so much.